Biafra Group, who identified themselves as Biafran Provincial Government, BPG, has called on relevant authorities including Chief Earnest Obiejesi of ObiJackson Foundation to compensate Christmas Stampede victims, especially relatives of more than 20 persons that died on the 21st of December 2024 during rice and other gift items sharing process at Okija community in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. Media reports had it that over 20 persons died in the stampede that took place at the gate of the ObiJackson Center in Amaranta area of the Okija community, where the 25 kilograms rice sharing event, including vegetable and cash, was held. The victims, according to residents, were particularly middle-aged women, the elderly and children, and they were stampeded upon as they struggled to gain entrance at the gate amid a very large crowd, in line with some of the videos posted online. ObiJackson Foundation, in a statement shortly after the incident, stated that, due to the heartbreaking events earlier yesterday, the 21st of December 2024, surrounding the recent rice-sharing tragedy, the ObiJackson Foundation has made the difficult decision to cancel this year's Christmas celebration for the Okija children, which was slated to have been held on December 24, 2024 at the community. Our hearts go out to those affected by the incident earlier yesterday. Despite the heartbreaking incident, we're thankful for the peaceful departure of all attendees. Our thoughts are with those affected, and we believe it's vital to prioritize healing and support for the community at this time. We look forward to continuing our work for the well-being of Okija in the new year. The ObiJackson Foundation is committed to ensuring the safety of all who join our events and stands with the community in this difficult time. The BPG, in a press statement issued on Sunday by the group spokesperson who identified himself as Captain Geoffrey Ahamufuna, in charge of Nnewi province of the Biafra Group Media and Communications, said that the Christmas gift-sharing tragedy is evidence that the federal government of Nigeria lacks visionary policy and willingness to curb corruption that are causing the people untold hardship. The Biafran Provincial Government (BPG), government of the state of Biafra, with a deep sense of regret commiserate with the families and friends of the deceased and a quick recovery to those hospitalized due to the stampede for Christmas rice being shared by the ObiJackson Foundation in Okija, Ihiala district of Nnewi province. The disastrous event involving the loss of several lives and scores injured occurred on the 21st of December 2024 at the Amaranta Stadium, Okija. The event to share rice for the Christmas season resulted to a stampede as there is increase in the number of less privileged in the society who were eager to partake in the relief material. The extreme poverty and hunger crisis prevalent in the Nigeria-occupied territories is due to the rising cost of living exacerbated by the lack of visionary policy for the economy and the corrupt practices by the occupying government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Though the ObiJackson Foundation is known for its philanthropic efforts in the women and child health care, prison welfare and others. Hence, there is need for the indigenous peoples in Okija community to be self-sufficient and self-reliant to avoid the need for foodstuff palliative. This is achievable through the mechanized farming policy as established in the Military-Civil Converge administered by the Biafran Supreme Military Council of Administration (BSMCA) of the Biafran Provincial Government (BPG), Government of the State of Biafra. Chief Earnest Obiejesi of ObiJackson Foundation should, as a matter of priority, endeavor to compensate the victims of the stampede and also communicate with the government of the state of Biafra for a disciplined and safe measures to avoid another tragic occurrence. The leader of the Biafra Group, identified as Major Chukwudum Nwafo, Nnewi Provincial Administrator, stated according to the press release. Meanwhile, Barrister Peter Ekwueme, the founder, Peter Ekwueme Development Foundation and NNPP senatorial aspirant, Anambra South, in a statement, said, "It is with heavy heart that I received the news of the stampede that occurred in Okija, Ihiala local government area on Saturday, December 21, 2024, where several innocent lives were lost at a charity event organized by the ObiJackson Foundation. I commiserate with the families of those who lost their lives in this ugly incident that cast a dark shadow on a laudable annual charity program organized with good intention. I am deeply saddened that families who were joyfully hoping to celebrate Christmas have suddenly been thrown into mourning simply because they wanted to benefit from the foundation's free rice distribution. With similar sad events reported to have occurred in other parts of the country, it brings to notice the need for charity event organizers to apply better strategy in distribution of items, particularly at this time that the country's economic situation has worsened the standard of living of many citizens. I condole with the people of Okija and Ihiala local government area over the unfortunate incident and pray for the peaceful repose of the souls of the deceased. May the families affected be consoled at the very difficult moment. Amen. Anambra State Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo in a press 24 hours after the incident stated that, "I am deeply saddened by the tragic loss of lives in the stampede that occurred during an event in Okija, Ihiala local government area. My heartfelt condolences go out to the families of the deceased, especially the vulnerable ones who lost their lives in this unfortunate incident. We have initiated a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the stampede and will work closely with relevant agencies to ensure that any negligence or lapses in safety protocols are addressed. Let's prioritize the safety and well-being of our people, especially during charitable activities. We must do better to prevent such tragedies from happening again. May the souls of the departed rest in peace, and may we find strength in this difficult time." President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in a condolence message and Christmas Day message to the victims in Okija and other parts of the country where similar incident occurred, stated in quote thus, "Dear fellow Nigerians, on this joyous Christmas Day, I extend my heartfelt greetings to Christians across Nigeria and worldwide as we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, as narrated in the Holy Scriptures. Christmas embodies the fulfillment of divine prophecy and symbolizes the triumph of love, peace, and unity. It is a poignant reminder that light can emerge even in the darkest times, bringing solace and hope. This belief resonates with people of all faiths. Indeed, God is with us. Recent tragic events in Ibadan, Okija, and Abuja deeply sadden us, and our thoughts are with those who continue to suffer from these heartbreaking incidents. We earnestly pray that such misfortunes do not revisit our families and communities and that the lives of innocents are never again cut short. I offer my deepest sympathies to the families enduring pain and loss this year, whether from floods, fires, or accidents. May we all find comfort and solace in our faith, the support of loved ones, and the abiding presence of Jesus Christ. Our compassionate and merciful God stands with the weak, the brokenhearted, and the sick. As we celebrate this blessed season, let us be mindful of those facing difficulties. They are not far from us, our neighbors, family members, and the people we encounter daily, whether in places of worship, markets, offices, or boardrooms. Kindness transcends financial status. Those with modest means and those with abundance need a smile or a word of encouragement. We must also honor our brave troops, who risk their lives to safeguard our nation. They deserve our prayers and steadfast support. Let us extend similar support and prayers to our nation's leaders. With your backing, we can serve our country diligently and strive for prosperity. Nigeria is on a promising path of restoration and progress, with every indication pointing toward a bright future. In the spirit of this season, let us renew our hope and belief in a prosperous Nigeria. For those traveling during this festive period, I wish you safe journeys. Rest assured, the government is taking all necessary steps to ensure our transportation routes are secure and convenient. We also provide free train services and subsidized road transport costs on 144 routes nationwide to ease your travels. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a joyous and prosperous New Year. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria said. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, former lead counsel to the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader, also reacting to the Okija incident, said, the recent stampede at a rice-sharing event in Okija, Anambra State, which claimed multiple lives, is a profound tragedy that underscores the fragility of life and the critical need for effective crowd management during such events. The haunting images of the deceased have deeply shaken me, serving as a somber reminder of the importance of safety in public gatherings. My heartfelt condolences go to the families of the victims. Losing loved ones in such a heartbreaking manner is an unimaginable pain, and I pray they find the strength to endure this immense loss. As the season of giving continues, I urge individuals, organizations, and foundations organizing charitable events to prioritize safety above everything else. Proper planning, stringent crowd control measures, and proactive risk assessments are non-negotiable to ensure that acts of kindness do not inadvertently lead to sorrow. Let us learn from this painful incident and commit to safeguarding lives as we extend generosity. Nigeria Police Force in a statement warned and stated that the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, has raised serious concerns about the unorganized distribution of palliatives and relief items in the country during this festive period. This trend is worrisome and calls for urgent concerns to save the lives of citizens of this country, especially the vulnerable youths and the elderly. This warning follows a series of tragic incidents that highlight the urgent need for a more structured and effective approach to delivering aid to vulnerable communities and members of the public in general. It would be recalled that on the 18th of December 2024, a tragic incident had occurred in Ibadan, Oyo State, where a stampede at a children's fun fair resulted in the deaths of at least 35 children and left many others critically injured. In the early hours of today, the 21st of December 2024, another tragedy struck at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Maitama, in a similar stampede that occurred during the distribution of food items to vulnerable and elderly individuals. This unfortunate incident led to the death of 10 individuals, leaving many others injured. A similar incident also occurred at Okija, Ihiala local government, Anambra State, at a palliative distribution set up by a philanthropist identified as ObiJackson, which led to the death of several individuals. At the moment, 3 persons have been confirmed dead while many injured have been taken to various hospitals for adequate treatment. The IGP emphasized the dangers posed to public safety during these unorganized distributions and funfairs set up by groups, individuals and NGOs, including the potential for stampedes and other incidents that could endanger lives. The lack of a well-defined plan for distributing palliatives has resulted in chaos, leading to long lines and unnecessary confrontations among citizens seeking assistance. In light of these developments, the IGP has called on government officials, community leaders, and non-governmental organizations to work collaboratively towards establishing a comprehensive and organized framework for distributing palliatives. The IGP has hereby warned groups and organizers of similar events to ensure the involvement of security agencies, as negligence on their part is criminal and would not be overlooked, as provided for in Section 196 of the Penal Code and Section 344 of the Criminal Code, laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In addition, the IGP has encouraged the general public who would want to benefit from such distributions to tread with caution, prioritizing their safety, to avoid unforeseen calamities. The Nigeria Police Force reiterates its commitment to supporting efforts aimed at creating a safer and more structured environment for aid distribution in our communities. Collaborating with relevant stakeholders, the force aims to prevent future tragedies and ensure such processes are seamless. The IGP has ordered the commissioners of the affected states to carry out thorough investigations into these ugly incidences for further legal actions. The Inspector General of Police therefore sympathizes with the bereaved families and wishes those injured quick recovery, the first spokesperson, Olumiwa Adejobi, stated in the press release.
Osazuwa Level, bringing you the news in a more digital way.